trouble with the platform or with your, I don't know, user or account, we'll stay at the end to solve these problems. So content library, I'm going to start a new page or a new section. This is Ryan Airbnb. So external analysis. Found these three, and I found this fourth one. I'm gonna paste them. Sorry, this is in Spanish, and okay, so I just read part A and part B and start listing all the different external factors I found. These are all of them in its entirety. So let's read them. First of all, we have a oil crisis in 1975. Airlines where they were called flag airlines because when European airlines started in Europe, they were founded and subsidized by the government. So they usually had this flag of the country in the aircrafts. So Ryanair is not one of them. The one from Ireland was Aer Lingus. So Ryanair, let's say it's not from the government, it's a private, one of the first private airlines in Europe. Okay, so there were some tariff regulations around the globe. Oh, this is important. So if you want to fly to another country, it's not you who has to make the agreement. It's not airline, the other country or government. No, the government from that country's airline has to make an agreement with that country. So it wasn't as easy because it had to be a two nations agreement, not airline government from other nation. Okay, so we have some aviation advances, technology rose, a predominance in American Airlines. So Aer Lingus, which is from Ireland, the flag carrier from Ireland, started to have routes in New York City and Boston. This is important too. So we are not going to have more competitors. Since it wasn't supported by government or subsidized, so we won't worry about new competitors. High fixed costs, we already talked about this. Charter airlines, if you don't know what charter airlines are, so it's basically, let's say you just want a private flight and you do an appointment in charter airlines. Most of them, like most airlines, had this kind of service. We have the ferry as a substitute, and it was decreasing in its use. We had a great demand for transportation, air transportation from and to North America. British Airlines starts to open new flight to Great Britain and Ireland, and putting arrangements is the same as arrangements between nations. Okay, so If your flight doesn't end or begins in the country you belong to, it was prohibited. Domestic tariffs were controlled by the government. Sorry if this is kind of boring, but we need to read all of them so we have a big picture of how the industry is. Some flag airlines tried to merge, but they failed. So, Single European Act unified European market at the end of 1992. This is important because once they unified this market, the pooling arrangements were no longer needed. Okay, so there were some arrangements between Ireland and Great Britain. So this says that both countries were supporting Aer Lingus instead of Ryanair. Those were the two only airlines that were based in Ireland. Okay, this is important too. So the gap between both in terms of government support started to get wider. In 1987, they started to release the airlines so the market could move by itself. They won't control the tariffs anymore. We have a second oil crisis in 1980, and this is the same as the package of liberation. And number of passengers flying to and from Ireland rose 1.85 million. Okay, so this is what we have for external factors. So let's categorize them. So we have technological forces, economic forces, and we have social forces. I'm just going to write social, but you know it's cultural, demographic, and natural environment. Legal forces, the same for this. And competitive forces. So help me out. The first one, oil crisis. I'll help you with the first one. Second one, airlines were subsidized by government. What is it?
Legal forces?
Yeah, governmental, legal, and political. Next one.
I think that is also illegal.
Yeah, it is. What else? If we finish this, we go for the break and then we come back and start doing the SWOT analysis. So help me out.
Illegal?
Let me see, what was it? Yes. These ones.
Technological?
That's it. Next one. Predominance of American Airlines.
In the competitive forces?
Yeah, in which one? So remember we have 4. Next one. Aer Lingus starts to expand to New York and Boston.
Competitive forces.
Competitive.
Yes, which one? This one, right? Because they are talking about their competitor, Aer Lingus. This one?
Also competitive.
Yes, which one?
La de ¿cómo?
La entrada de nuevos competidores.
Sí.
Potential entry, new competitors. This one?
Economic forces.
Nope.
No.
Think of it a little bit. Some guess? We have like 20% to be right. We have 5 forces.
I don't know if the legal part.
Okay, Pamela, not so much. Why do you think it's illegal?
Because it, o sea, como que determina o sea, todas las reglas y por así decirlo, entonces.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. No, it doesn't go that way. So what has high fixed costs?
Technological forces.
Nope. So again, my question, what, it says altos costos fijos. What are we talking about? What has high fixed costs?
Los productos son los que tienen los costos, ¿no? Pero.
The industry, right? So if you
Mhm.
want to get into this industry of airlines industry, this industry has high fixed cost. That's what?
Competitive.
Yes. Which one, Marianne?
Entrada de nuevos competidores.
Yeah, you got it right, Marianne. Was it clear why?
Yes.
No, I
All of
didn't
you guys?
understand.
Okay. Was it? You want me to explain it, Pamela?
Yes, please.
Okay, Marianne. I'll let Marianne explain why she thought it was competitive and in this one.
I think because if the industry has high costos fijos, pues va a ser más difícil para que entren nuevos competidores.
That's it. Was it clear, Pamela, or do you want me to explain it again?
Yes, I think that I already understand.
Okay, so yeah, if the industry has high fixed costs, so it is hard for new competitors to enter. Okay. This. This one is a tricky one too.
Competitors.
Yes. In which one?
Nuevas entradas.
Sorry?
New entrants.
Okay. So I told you charter airlines are those services that you just rent a plane or a jet for yourself. Does Ryanair does this? Does Ryanair do this?
It's a substitute.
Yeah, that's it, Oscar, you got it. So it's a potential development substitutes. Next one. El ferry de mar.
Substitute.
Yeah. So a rising and great demand of airline transportation from and to North America.
New entries.
I don't think so. I'm still thinking about this though. So great demand of transportation between, well, from and to North America. We are not talking about an airline, so
Social.
okay. I think I kind of think this one is in economic because we're talking about demand. However, Oscar, it might be social because that's buying behavior. But the word demand, oferta y demanda, whenever I hear offer and demand, for me it's an economical force or economic force. It's how the market is behaving. There is more demand to go or to fly from North America, so it's economic. Okay.
Yes.
Next one, BA, British Airways starts to open routes between Great Britain and Ireland. So, which one is it?
In the competency part, but I think like the first one, probably.
Yeah. Among competitors. That's it. Pooling arrangements. I already explained what pooling arrangements are.
I don't remember the meaning.
So a pooling arrangement is when two countries arrange to have flights between them. Okay. This is a country-country agreement.
Legal.
Yep. And I'm going to write all of them because I feel like it's wrong if I don't write all of them. Political and governmental. And here we have a social demographic, cultural, and natural forces, natural environment. Okay, so next one.
Legal also.
That's it. Next one.
Legal.
That's it. We are almost done. This is a tricky one too. What do you think?
Competitive.
Yes. Which one?
The first one.
Yes. That's right. Next one.
Legal.
Yes, but maybe no.
Competitors.
Sorry?
Competitors.
Nope. So if they just unify the market, that's a what action?
Economic.
Yep. Next one.
Legal.
Yes. I have in second thoughts on this one.
For economic.
I kind of think this is competitive. I mean, it could be illegal and competitive. Look, because if Ireland and Great Britain are having an agreement about or over Aer Lingus, it means they are having support from government. So that might be a rivalry among competing firms. Okay, do you see why?
Yes. So it could be, I think that rivalry or legal.
Yeah, I'm having. Okay, we are going to have second thoughts on this when we finish. So next one.
Legal.
Yep. Where is it? Next one. Oh, I don't know if you saw it, but it's legal as well.
Yeah.
This is the same as the other one, the old crisis, the first one, so it's economic.
Legal. Well,
Yeah, yeah, illegal.
I don't know if it's economic or like competitive.
I kind of think this is social,
Well,
but it kind of contradicts on this one, right? The demand we listed. I put it here because it sets demand, and that's actually how I told you. If I hear offer and demand or market, I usually go for economic. But in this case, it's telling you about so more customers are going. Okay, the demand it's rising. But I kind of put this how it is written in buying behaviors. Okay, so here. And for this one, I think I made up my mind. I'll put it in legal because that's how it's written. I'm just inferring something, but that's fine. So here. Okay, so we finished. So let's go for a break, a 15-minute break, please. And let's come back here at 8:17. Oh, this is already available in here, content library.
okay. Thank you,
So-
teacher.
Thank you.
A minute.
Profe,
Yes.
tenía una duda. Yo no alcancé a contestar la encuesta para escoger el caso
Okay.
y no sabía cómo escogerlo.
Okay, so we did a survey to ask you which one would you like, but it was just a voting. So I already assigned all the cases depending on the ocean, your votes. So which ocean are you?
Let me check, I forgot.
Mariana, I can tell you which ocean has which, or is going to answer which case. So you can.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the first one is, okay, let me check my list. The first one. Okay, let me see. Here, the first one is Aston Martin case, the Ocean One, Indian Ocean. Second ocean, Atlantic Ocean, is Trader Joe's. The third ocean is Lego in the area of digitalization.
Okay,
Those are the three.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Teacher, I also had a question.
Yeah, sure.
Before Canvas was brought down or whatever happened with the Canvas, I was in Team 14 with my partner, but after the whole Canvas thing, someone else, I don't know who it is, but someone else went into the Team 14 group in Canvas. So I don't know if that matters since our groups are already assigned or if we need to arrange something there.
No, yeah, it matters. So when we come after the break, that's the first thing we're gonna do, because there are some classmates that are not assigned to any team either. So yeah, we need to organize that as SEP.
Okay, so I need to find a way to get into Team 14 then.
Yeah, I will drag all your names. I will do that. We are going to go
Okay.
name by name.
Sounds good. So I don't need to tell the person that's already there to get out.
No.
Okay, perfect.
I'll do
Thank you.
that. Yes. Okay, let's continue with the class. So now next stage is to do the SWOT analysis. So right now we are going to categorize them between threats or opportunities. So let me share my screen again. I'm gonna write it here. So I'm gonna put here half. I'm gonna write it here too, because I won't be changing pages. So let's write it here if it is a no or a P or a T. So what do you think this is?
An opportunity.
Yes. This,
A threat.
yes. This,
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
okay. So let's wait a bit. Are North American Airlines our competitors or not? We are Ryanair, of course.
Yes, they are our competitors.
Do we have any flight to North America?
No.
No, right? So yeah, it's an opportunity. I don't know about this one. Right now, Ryanair is just flying around Europe and inside Europe. So there's a big demand in transportation to North America or from North America. That may be either a threat or an opportunity, depending on what Ryanair is deciding to do. So if they want to open a North American flight, so it's an opportunity. But if they are not interested in that and having, no, either way is an opportunity. But you got what I was saying, right? Or not? I wasn't so clear. Never mind, it's an opportunity. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they want to open new flights or if they don't want to open new flights in this transatlantic flight. Both ways, if it is not the desire or if they want to, it's an opportunity. Next one, unified market. Opportunity, because if they unify the market, free flying, it's possible without the pooling arrangement. So this is a threat to this number of passengers from and to Ireland.
An opportunity.
Yes. Next one. Threat or nope, it's kind of a threat because they are a private company. And here it says the governments are subsidizing their national carriers. In Ireland, what is the national carrier? Aer Lingus, okay? So this is a threat. And so next one. A threat or an opportunity?
Mm,
A threat, right? Because they want to have control over the airline's tariffs. Okay, next one. What do you think?
An opportunity.
I mean, if I want to open more flights to other countries, I have to get in contact with my government in order for the government to make an arrangement with the other country. What do you think for Ryanair that is?
As a threat.
A threat, right? Because if this wasn't done, if we don't have to do this, you could open any flight. That's an opportunity. Putting arrangements, that's the same. What do you think about the next one?
Threats.
Yes. Next one, of course, threat.
Opportunity.
I mean, I think you need more context on this one to decide. So what this means is separation between Aer Lingus and Ryanair is because they were having the same flights to the same routes. So what the government did is to divide which flights are going to be for Ryanair and which flights are going to be for Aer Lingus. It doesn't depend if this route you have is profitable or not for you. The government decides you fly here and you fly here. So what do you think?
Threat.
Yes. Next one.
Opportunity.
Yes, because they just free, let the market to move by itself. That's a threat. It's the opposite from the previous one. What do you think about this one?
A threat.
Yeah, right. What do you think about this one?
Threat.
I mean, we don't have transatlantic flights, so we are not competing with those airlines. So that might be an opportunity if we want to remember. One of the three different possibilities is to become a feeder airline for US airlines. So that might be an opportunity. Okay. Did you get why? Yes. No. I hope you did. It's because they don't have transatlantic flights, so they are not competing with US airlines. So if US airlines are being more predominant and they're starting to do transatlantic flights, that could be an opportunity for us to become a feeder airline. Unless we want to do transatlantic flights, that might be a threat. But so far, they are not doing that. Remember, keep in mind what's their current strategy, and they are not doing that right now. So it's an opportunity. This is a threat because they are the competitors. Oh, you see, they are starting to have transatlantic flights. BA, British Airways, starts, yes, that's threat too. What do you think about this one?
An opportunity.
Yes. Oh. This one?
Opportunity.
Yes. What do you think about this one?
Threat. Or weakness. I don't know.
I think we need to analyze more in deep this one, because we have fixed costs, and that's something that is affecting us internally. However, those fixed costs won't let other competitors to enter our industry, right? So that's an opportunity, because you're not allowing more competitors to enter because it's hard to enter due to the fixed costs. Okay?
But it's
However,
negative for us, no?
yes, it's an opportunity for us. However, this, when we do internal analysis next week, it will be a weakness, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's an opportunity.
But I don't understand. Oh, well, yeah, because it is something negative for us, for Rainer, but why just, well, I understand here there is an opportunity because it doesn't permit like the potential entry of new competitors. But why in the internal analysis? Oh, well, okay, yeah, I understand when I say it a lot.
Yeah, because this is about the others. It's external. When we are talking about yourself, this is a weakness. Okay? Basically. But I'm glad you understood. So next one.
Threat.
I don't know about this one. Could Ryanair do charter airlines? Be a charter airline?
What is a charter airline?
Do you think they want to enter the charter airlines?
Could you explain what charter airlines means?
Yes. So charter airlines are those airlines that you can just rent a jet or one aircraft to yourself to fly whenever you want. So you want to fly tomorrow at 3 p.m., you call them and they get you an aircraft.
I don't think that they're economically in a position to choose this option for.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, it's not what they do right now. It's not their current strategy, organizational strategy. So this is a substitute. This is a market they don't want to go in. So it's a threat, it's a substitute. It's the same as this one we had here, transatlantic flights. If they want to enter this flight, okay, so predominance of US airlines might be a threat, not an opportunity. But if we remember the three different possibilities, they are not even considering that. So that's an opportunity, not a threat. And last one.
Opportunity?
Yes. We got it. Do you remember what's the next step? The matrix, okay? So if you want to follow me, I think it should be available already here in files. Templates. No, you don't have templates. So I'm going to upload it right now. Okay, there you go. So I will share my file here, my Excel file. Okay. Got it here. So a quick review on this one. I hope that now that you said, just kind of remember it. So we have a list of factors, opportunities and threats, and we have weight, score, and weighted score. So we're going to list here, it says from 5 to 8 factors. That's fine if you want to follow this. That's a good number, actually. And the weight of all of these factors has to be equal to 100%, or in decimals, it can be the unit or number one. The score goes from 1 to 4, where 4 means the company, in this case Ryanair, has way above average or a supreme reaction to these different factors, external factors. 4 means the company has a reaction or reacts in a way just above average comparing to the industry, to these factors. 2 means they react just below average, and 1 means they just really react really bad to these different factors. So the question, I think I have asked you something like this before with other matrix, I guess. If we have the weight here and it's 100% or the unity or the unit, and we have a score that goes from 1 to 4, and weighted score is score times weight, and this black square is just the summation or the sum of all of these weighted scores, what is the range number for this black square? Again, see, we have all these factors here. All of them have to be 100% or the unit. Score goes from 1 to 4, and the weighted score is score times weight, and this is just the sum. So what is the range?
1 to 4.
Yes, and the average is 2.5. What I like about this matrix is that I can summarize the most important factors I encounter on my SWOT and start to weigh what's more important. However, this is not a so refined tool, because if you get above the average, which is 2.5, it means that your strategies, if you have a positive balance that is above 2.5 to 4, that means your strategies are really good to take the opportunities that are on the outside, and your strategies are really good to avoid the threat. And that's it. That's all you can say. If it is a negative balance, it just means the opposite, that you don't have good strategies to take the opportunities and avoid the threats. And that's the only thing we can say about this. However, what I like the most about this is that I can start putting in my mind what's more important in the industry. Also, I don't like the way it is filled, because, I mean, what's the difference between putting a 20% and an 18%? That's up to you. It's subjective. You decide what is the factor is going to weight the most and the least. But I'm going to show you some tips here so you can have less of an abstraction when deciding. So let's pick the opportunities. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to put all of them first. What else? I'm just going to write, I think 6 are fine. No, I'm going to do all of them. Remember, if you leave one factor that might affect your answer, that's a big mistake. Well, no, these are too different. I'm going to have just 8 because those are a lot. I usually have like 5, so I'm going to start picking the most important ones. How do you pick the most important ones? What's the criteria? What do you think is the criteria? we have to remember two things. What's the problem we're trying to solve? And second one, we have to always look what's the organizational strategy. Based on those two, if you remember our advanced guide to solve cases, are going to let us know which ones are important and which ones are not. So remembering those two things, the first one, I think it's important. The second one, that's important. There can be a possibility of transatlantic flights. I don't think this is not that important. Okay, so what I'm going to do here to start reducing my scope is to just analyze those three options. I'm not going to do another one out of those three options. Let me remind you of them. Let's recall them. The first one is to be a feeder airline for US Airlines. The second one, business class. The third one, to reduce costs, right? And to mimic Southwest Airlines. So taking these three into account, this is important. This is important because we can serve as feeder airlines. This is important too. This is important. This is important. This is important too. All of them are important actually. So I'm just going to pull all of them. Do you remember when we talked about being satisfied with your list? Are you satisfied with this list? What do you think? Or you think we're missing some factors? No, right? Because what I did was to read part A and part B and started to write everything. That's the first thing I recommend you to do. What I do first before doing the external, deciding external, internal, I just read the whole case and I put every data and then I start to do what is external and what is internal. I omitted this step today because I just went directly to external. But if you do this and if you put all 9 factors in opportunities, you are satisfied that this list is complete because there's no more information in the case. And that's important to do because if you don't feel like you finished, don't get me wrong, and okay, that's the sense I'm trying to look for you. Okay, so let's go for the next one. So in which year are we taking the decision? 1991, right? Do you think this first oil crisis in 1975 is good to list? And a second crisis in the 80s? No, right? Because that already happened. So you need to pick the factors that will help you to reach a solution, okay? So these two are not important. This is important. All of these are important. Okay, I have to paste one by one. We are almost finished. I'm going to omit the pooling arrangements because it basically means the same as this one I just pasted.
That's an opportunity.
Oh, sorry, you're right. And this one too. And I have the next one. I'm not going to write the charter airlines. I don't think that's important to analyze because we don't want to be that business. So I'll stay with this two. With these 16. Okay. The next parts are the most tedious one, to be honest. It's so tiring to do the next ones, but it's important. So what I do here is to put the factors in order of importance. Which ones do you think are the most important for you as Ryanair and the industry as well? So which one do you think has to have the most, the weight this weight? Okay, let's update this. What can you tell me about this one? Do you think we still need it? La libre competencia de rutas internacionales no era permitida. Con el paquete de liberaciones. Ah, no, las liberaciones fueron en Europa, olvídalo. Bueno, yo creo that for this problem, I think this one is the most important. No, I'll let this in like a 4. This is important. Put this a second, and this package of liberation is important too because that change is a game changer for a European airline. So I think this is the most important one after reading all of them. I think this one goes right here. Do you know the word retaliant or retaliente?
No.
Okay, so what it means is that the industry reacts in an important way. It's very reactive to a change in price or to a new competitor. The airlines industry is resilient for sure. If one competitor enters, the whole dynamic changes. So in a resilient industry, you have to think about what's the things that are going to be important for you. So if competitors, new competitors are not encouraged, that means that you won't have to move for your strategy. It's going to be stable because the industry is very reactive. And that's very important if you ask me, okay? So I'm going to put this, what time is it? Okay, we're almost finished. It was an opportunity here. New entrants were not encouraged, kind of here. Okay, I won't have time to finish this. What I will do is to start putting what I think is the most important one or the less important one. I don't assign a number yet. What I do is just start playing with this and start making a sense of one list. And after I finish moving all the different factors, depending on what I think is the most important, you have a teammate so you can discuss this. I put on a number of importance, and then I assign a weight. So the first one If we have 16, I'll put around 10 to 12% or maybe 15 and start going from there. Less percentage, less percentage, less percentage. That's more easy, or that's easier than assigning weight than assigning weight here, because it's just everything is not listed from high importance to less importance. So first list in ranking of importance, then assign a weight, and then you do a score, okay? If you think Ryanair, let's do an example. Do you think Ryanair reacts in a superior manner or in a not so superior manner, or above average or lesser average, or just really bad comparing to the industry in terms of predominance of American Airlines? What score would you assign? If that's an opportunity. Do they have deals with US Airlines?
No.
No, right? So it's a 1. They are not reacting really well to this factor. I think is this one. I mean, if more US airlines are being predominant and flights to and from North America, aka transatlantic flights, are rising, to become a feeder airline for US airlines might be a good option, right? And they are not reacting to that. And you have to put a score for each of the factors. Okay? So let me explain real quick the activity before we do the wrap up. So this activity, no, this is internal. You have to do an external audit for your case. That means Aston Martin, Trader Joe's, or Lego. It's activity number 6. You have to do an external analysis classifying each force, and for the comparative force, be specific, just as we did today. Half SWOT analysis, so the same as we did today. And if you put a table with opportunities and threats, that's even better than what I did. And then an EFEM matrix, the one I just showed you, we didn't finish. Yeah, I know it's tiring. I don't really like it that much, but it helps me to start putting what is more important. If I put what is more important, in the advanced guide I showed you last class, in which step or stage do you think this will help? If you see what's more important for the industry and yourself. The criteria, right? The criteria stage before deciding which alternative you're going to use. So if you right now have a sense of what's more important in the industry and for Ryanair, when you reach criteria, the criteria stage to select an alternative, you already know what criteria you are going to use, okay? You already have a sense here. The same happens with the IFEM, the internal matrix, factors evaluation matrix. So this activity is for next class. You don't need to add an introduction or conclusion, just these 4 points: external analysis, half SWOT, EFEM matrix, and your insights on what you saw.
Is it 1 per team?
Yes, 1 per team.
Okay.
And before we go, please, let's do this, because this is becoming a mess. So team number 3, who are you? Okay, let me know your name and tell me your team. I think that is going to be easier. So team 4, there's one missing. Is your name here where you are not assigned? Okay, Jivan Sirak, which team are you?
Yeah, I was team 14. with Alejandra Zambrano, I think. But someone, like I told you, Sofia went into the team.
Sophia, which team are you? Are you here? Okay, this is a mess because I didn't save it. So Sophia is not from here. Jivan, you are
At the Trader Joe's, I think it was Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, so let me change this.
Mr. I also have a question.
Yes.
How do I know which ocean I am? Because I don't remember where you.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't checked the platform, there it says, but if you don't know, it's from 1 to 7, team 1 to 7, it's ocean 1. From 8 to 14, it's ocean 2, and from 15 to 22 is ocean 3.
Okay, so 8 to 14 ocean.
With whom are you? With who are you? With whom, sorry, with whom are you, Jivan Sirac?
With Alejandra Zambrano, the one on the
Okay.
bottom.
Who else is missing to be assigned on this list? Aldo Javier, Akira Katsuta, Bruno Gallardo.
Me, teacher, I'm Pamela Garcia. I was in
I'm
team 11 with Alison.
Which team?
11.
11.
Yeah.
With Alfonso?
No, I was with Alison, but I don't know because
Okay.
that team is complete now.
I am in 11, Mister, but I do not know why I can't log into Canvas. But can I be at team 11?
Okay, so team 11 is
Eugenia, Valeria.
Eugenia.
Valeria is also in team 11.
Valeria and Eugenia, right?
Yes.
I don't know why here it says Alfonso, but it should update. Who else is missing?
Me, I was in team 13, but there's already people there.
But
So
Mr. These teams are the ones of the groups of 3 or the groups of 2?
2. This is a project.
Ah, so in the teams of 2, Euge and me are in team 3.
Oh, okay. So we don't have, oh yeah, we have team 3.
Yes, and
Teacher, can
Pamela
you
and Alison were in team 11.
Okay, so I'm thinking about a better way to do this because this is going to take us forever.
Teacher, can you refresh the page because I select my team, but in your...
Can you actually move your name if you are in one team?
Yes, you can.
Okay, please do it because this is going to take forever. The thing is, I don't have any list to put yourself, put your name for yourself. So please do it. If you are in the wrong team, remember who your team from your project is. And please do this right because the first delivery in Teams is going to be for next Monday. And I don't want this to be a mess. I'm trying to find where did I put a list, but I didn't do any list. Okay, I'll trust in you guys. However, if you deliver your activity, please put your name and your ID in your cover page. I think that's an easier way for me. So I'll corroborate if this matches your cover page. Okay, so remember, you have to take a decision, allocation decision for tomorrow. And I'll share with you in Microsoft Teams today some graphs on fish stock. Ocean 2 is the one who has to be worrying a little bit because their fish stock decreased, the other 2 oceans not. But yeah, I'll share those graphs with you. So have a nice long weekend, Holy Week, and I'll see you in more than 1 week. This activity is not delivering for next week. It's in 2 weeks, okay? So again, I repeat, put your name in the correct team. This is the team project, okay? The project team. And yeah, that'll be it. See you in almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. I'll stay here for any personal inquiry. Yeah, you
Bye, Prof. Gracias.
Yeah, I had a question about the simulation that my partner and we forgot to well, we actually didn't want to go in the second round because we weren't planning to auction any of the boats, so we didn't go into the platform. So is there a problem with that, or can we do it
As
again?
long as you can enter to decide your allocation, that's fine. If you miss action, it's not a big deal.
Okay, so if we miss out on days and we don't go in, doesn't matter. We can do it later.
If you what? Can you repeat the question?
If you miss out on like a round or something.
Yeah, you just continue.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Allocation rounds are more important than actions. So try
Okay.
not to miss those, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so see you. Eugenio? Okay. Which number is it? 21. Okay, so these two are right. Oscar is with you, right? Okay. Okay, I will put that name right now. There you go. Thank you. Maria Fernanda, what's up?